Hey, happy Monday, Real Women Conquer. You guys, I'm really excited to be here. I am Erin Young, and Amber and Kelsey have asked me to come and speak to you guys today, and it's really a total privilege. And I'm just going to kind of introduce myself as other people are joining in on the call and as other people are joining. Now, I do have to give you a heads up that I haven't been able to see comments lately, so it's kind of a bummer. I updated my phone and everything like that. So we'll do our best, and if I can answer all questions. If I can't see your comments today, or I don't see your questions right off the bat, I'll definitely come back to this video and address anything for you today. So, which means this could be a little bit faster. We'll just see what happens, but I'm excited that you guys are joining in. So I am Erin Young, and I have had the amazing privilege to meet Kelsey. We were at Leadership this past year and then work with her and Amber in a mastermind that we're doing right now to develop and hone in on our leadership skills. And they're just pretty incredible women. And you guys are so lucky to have people leading you that literally care about you so much, just like you are their family. It's really amazing to hear them speak so wonderfully about you guys. So it's a true pleasure and privilege to be a part of your family today, to be able to speak to you today. So I have been a coach for 5 years now. I am celebrating my 5-year anniversary this month. This is the 5th year, my 5-year anniversary of saying yes to starting on my own personal health and fitness journey. And I reluctantly said yes, like many. I started as a coach immediately in the company, but not to work my business, just to get a discount. I was a huge skeptic, and the honest truth is that I canceled my Shakeology the day that it arrived in the mail and planned on never loving it. Well, 5 years later, I haven't missed a day of my beloved Shakeology, and it's really amazing because when I started my journey 5 years ago, I can see comments. Thanks, guys. I'm so glad. And when I started my journey 5 years ago, I had no idea where this business was going to take me. I actually didn't even know that it was a possibility to work this business, that there was really even an opportunity here. I've never seen myself as an entrepreneur. I've never seen myself as someone who does big, hairy, scary things. I've never been a quitter, but I've never been a risk taker. I've never been someone that is totally just like, I've always been a leader, but never somebody who saw herself leading and owning a business. Okay, but there's some crazy cool things that can happen in 5 years' time. When you're working on your health and fitness, when you're reading personal development, when you're meeting awesome other coaches who are also successful in this business, and you start to see that maybe you could do the same thing too. I was a high school English teacher when I started my coaching journey. So about 6 months after I finished my first challenge group and I started feeling confident, I decided to lead my own challenge group and to start inviting other people to join me. And that's when the magic started happening, and I started seeing the possibilities, and I was given an entirely new sense of hope for what the future could bring to me and my family. And all I wanted to do was to help people get out of their own way. I just wanted to help one other person succeed on their personal journey. I didn't even know I could coach coaches, right? And so, but slowly and surely over time, I kept hitting Success Club. People kept saying yes. People kept joining our team. Then they were helping people hit Success Club. And it was like that ripple effect started because I just wanted to help one other person. And when that ripple effect started, it was pretty powerful. And it's pretty cool to see a ripple effect happen over 3 and 4 years of time. And it's pretty amazing to see the number of lives that have changed on our team because I wasn't scared to say yes. And then I also wasn't scared to invite other people. And don't get me wrong, I was scared, but I saw the value in what I could offer someone. And I saw the value of how I could impact the life of somebody else. So I thought that it was worth it. It was totally worth it to get out of my own way and to go for it. And so me choosing to get out of my own way and go for it and to help one person, has brought me to where I am today. That was my only desire, to help one person. And my goals and my vision and my why has changed and developed over time in this business. But I am where I am today because I was brave and I said, you know what? One other person deserves to feel this way. And that's where I am, why I am where I am today. And you guys, the coolest part about my story is that I'm at home right now working, and that I fought very hard for 2 years to be able to do that. I was a high school English teacher for 14 years in a really awesome school district. I mean, seriously, like I taught honors freshmen. I had a really great schedule. I met my husband working at that school. It's kind of like where I grew up. And I loved being a teacher. But when I became a mom, I loved being a mom even more. And in the day that I realized that this coaching business could allow me more time being a mom and doing the things that my heart pulled me to do, that's when I decided to go all in and go for it. And that was 2 years ago. And I went to Summit, my first Summit when it was still in Las Vegas. It was so much fun. And I saw coaches who were succeeding in this business, who were moms just like me. And I saw coaches succeeding in this business that I was like, they're no different than I am. We're all just like the same. And I felt very like on the same even playing field that they did. They just really focused on their daily activity. They were really smart about what they were doing to invite. They were consistent. They were confident. They were doing their personal development. They were doing, their products of the product. And I was like, they can do it. I can do it. And that's when I decided to just go all freaking in. And I did that. And so I would say it took me about a year and a half of going all in to build my business to the point where I confidently left a teaching career, retired from a teaching career, where it wasn't like, oh, I hope I can make this work. It was like, no, we are doing this right now. And this is the right thing to do. Confidently walked away from that teaching career. And it was something that I was called to do and I felt very passionate about, and it was the right decision for me at that time. It wasn't like I just gave it up and was like, I hope this Beachbody thing works out. It was like, no girl, this is happening. And it was really scary. And to think about the girl 5 years ago who started Insanity, pushing play in her classroom after school, turned out the lights, locked the door, because I was like, if somebody walks in on me doing this workout, it'll be the death of me. Somebody who was skeptical about Shakeology, someone who was so like not even confident in the skin I was in, looking in the mirror. It was not like a lot has changed in 5 years. And it's all because I went all in on my personal journey first. I went all in on my personal journey. I started engaging with my team's page, my uplines team page, and getting involved and going to live events and not missing a team call. And, I started learning more and I started opening myself up to the possibilities of why not me? And that is seriously why I am where I am, because I had a fiery passion in my belly to be the mom that I wanted to be in my heart. I wanted to be the mom that was here to take her kids to school in the morning and here when they got home off the school bus, here to make them whatever they wanted to for breakfast. Because in my job as a teacher, I couldn't do that. And so for me, that meant something to me, and it created a fiery passion in my heart to work my tail off. I don't want to cuss on your live call, okay? I don't know the precedent here, but, it made me work harder than ever. And so, you guys, I'm just here today to tell you that it can happen, and I'm going to give you one little tip on what I've done to make it a little bit easier, because it's not easy. Because as entrepreneurs, as Team Beachbody coaches, we're told no all the time. Because what we are as coaches is we are the delivery of hope, right? Of a better life, of a better future. We're the hope that people, are looking to, are waiting for. And everyone needs a little hope in their life, but they don't always believe it. They don't always believe that they're able to, or that they're deserving of investing money in themselves and time in themselves. Especially, I work with women all the time, and they just don't think that they deserve more. And my goal as a coach is to help women get out of their own way and to be the hope for somebody that doesn't believe in themselves right now. I always say that my job as a coach is a life changer. That's my job. I'm a life changer. I change my life. Now I will change your life. let's go on this journey together and let's do this together. And so, and it's always kind of challenging for me to always meet new people, right? Like, hello, that's really hard, and I started with my friends and my family who knew me, who loved me, who trusted me, and they were not the first people to say yes to me. They were not the first people to say yes to me. And so I had to think about other ways to talk to people and to reach people and to truly be able to make an impact in the lives of others. And it starts with a lot of things. And you guys know that. You know that you need to do the 4 vital behaviors, and you need to invite, and you need to connect, and you need to add new people to your network, and blah, blah, blah. You need to do the daily activities, including being a product of the product, personal development, all that. And so sometimes we just have to be creative and try something new. Sometimes what we're doing right now, we get in a rut. Sometimes what we're doing right now just kind of leads to dead ends. And I've learned that over 4.5 years of working this business, that you do have to constantly reinvent yourself, and you have to constantly tweak and change what you're doing now to work the next month. Because what I did a month ago isn't always working today. I have to always be evaluating and reflecting on what I'm doing and how can I change it to make it a little bit better. And one of the things that I started doing this year and in last year really was running events to promote a lot of different things, to promote free groups, to promote challenge groups, and especially to promote a launch like of a new product, an event. We've also, like my team has run events for our sneak peeks and different things like that as well. So event pages are really fun, and they're a really easy way to reach people and to communicate with people. And so today, without using any visuals, which is so hard for me, I was like, how am I going to explain this without using any visuals? I'll do my best, okay? I'm going to share with you some of those things about how I've used Facebook event pages, okay? So when I'm talking about this, I just want to let you know that I'm running my Facebook events, and I'm not running any right now. It's just not something I feel like I need to do this month, but I did them a couple months ago, and I did them a few months before that. I run them all on my Facebook business page or my like page, okay? You can also do this on your personal profile if you don't have one of those yet. It doesn't matter. You just want to make sure that this event is public. This is something that is not private. It's a public event that many people can see it. So you can create this event wherever, but basically you just go to events and you click create event, and you're inviting people to join you for an accountability group of some sort. You're going to add value, and you're going to be there. You're going to be that coach for people in some capacity. I love doing this for a free group if you're really wanting to meet new people, okay? I love doing this for a challenge group if you're really wanting to focus in on those people you've been connecting with, or the people that just haven't pulled the trigger yet, those people that are maybe former challengers and you're wanting to re-engage them in their personal journey. I love doing this for product launches. I think you still have an amazing opportunity to do this with Beachbody On Demand as if it is still a new product launch, because it's still in this new preliminary phase that we're not really sure what it's going to look like after this month. You know what I mean? So there's some pretty cool things you can do with event pages. So I'm just going to kind of walk you through that. But one of the reasons I really love that, and I'm going to run my visuals behind me. So if you see me looking over your head, I don't know how, whatever. I'm looking at my notes too behind me. But I love this because, you can interact with people in many different ways. So let's just say that you have decided that you are going to create an event for your next challenge group or your free group, okay? And you're going to go to Facebook and you're going to create the event, okay? I think there are 3 phases to launching this event or this challenge group, okay? Let's just say you are, oh, it's cool. I mean, I'm not showing you anything too awesome, Kelsey. I think I can verbalize it. So anyway, let's just say that you are going to start a challenge group in 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks. I always say that you want 2 to 3 weeks to get that challenge group started. I would give yourself 3 weeks if you're going to run an event or a free group, because I think there's 3 phases. I think there's the pre-launch phase, there's the during the launch. And when I say launch, I'm saying you're launching a group, you're launching a free group or whatever. There's the pre-launch, the during launch, and the post-launch. Okay, so you can do, so your pre-launch is going to be the week before you are even starting this event page. Like, you have homework to do. I'm a believer in homework and doing your homework and research. You have work to do before you even set that event up. So don't get too excited and be like, okay, I'm doing this today. Do your homework first, okay? And I'll tell you what that is. Then during your event, while it's running, that's running for about 2 to 3 weeks. So your event is going to run for 2 to 3 weeks. Then after your event is over, you're still going to be running it for about a week afterwards, okay? Because there's always those stragglers. There's always those people that were like, oh, wait, that started already? You know what I mean? So you don't want to totally like leave them in the dust. So you've got your pre, your during, and your post phase of your event, okay? Pre-event, during event, after event. So before the event begins, so let's just say you're going to start an event on Monday, okay, next Monday. So what are you going to do this week to get your event ready to go? Well, the very first thing you're going to do is you're going to prep your list. You're going to go back to your list, okay? I call it the lives I will impact list, or the families I will impact, the lives you will impact list. This is your list of 100 to 200 people that are people whose lives you are ready to change, and you want to make a difference in their lives. So you're going to revise your list, because you might need to cross people off. People will become coaches, or people are like, never talk to me again, you know, and you want to add people to your list. You want to beef it up. You want to make it ready to go, where you feel really confident with this list in front of you. Your list is your most valuable asset as an entrepreneur, just to let you know. It's something I struggled with the most in getting started with, but I'll tell you what, once you get that list going, you're good. Then you want to educate yourself, you guys. You need to educate yourself. You need to decide, like, what is my concept? What am I offering people? You know, what value am I going to be adding to the lives of others? You know, what is it that I can give people that they need right now? Because you need to think about that. Where was I struggling? What help did I need? What did I see when I looked in the mirror? How did I feel when I put on those clothes? You know, what did everything look like when I walked into my closet? Like, I want to kind of immerse myself and really remind myself what it feels like to need that hope, to need somebody to believe in me. I want to get back to that. And I want to do a little research, a little introspective research, and remind myself what that person feels like. The person who I want to say yes, I need to remind myself who they are. What value do I have to add to them, and what do they need from me? Okay, and you have to like write down a brainstorm list of all of these different things. So you don't want to just jump in. You want to really put some thought and be intentional about it. And so when you're doing this research, you know, you want to make sure that you are going to be able to highlight what you're able to offer people. So think about that. What do people need? What's going to perk their ears up? Am I going to give them a week of meal plans? You know, what am I going to give them? What are the highlights of what I'm offering? You know, you can come up with some graphics or some videos to explain it. You know, you want to find videos of like promotional products, maybe third-party tools that you can use within your event page. You know, videos about Shakeology, videos about challenge groups, videos about Beachbody On Demand, videos about the 21-day fix, videos about Hammer and Chisel, like the products that people are going to be using. You want to find videos, the third-party videos, maybe even you yourself doing the workouts, like I don't know, but you want to start doing some research and learning so that you are able to really launch this event for your challenge group or your free group really, really confidently. So the next thing you want to do is you want to create a sign-up form. Okay, you want a form to send people to, because this form can be something that's in your IG profile. You know, this form can be something that you send to your current challengers or your previous challengers through, you know, some sort of newsletter or email correspondence. But you want people to go to your event page and they're reading, and do more than just say going. You want them to actually click on this link to get on the wait list for the challenge group. And the Google form is going to take them to an application to join your next challenge group, where you're collecting information about what their goals are, what flavor of Shakeology they want to start trying, which program they're the most interested in, whether or not they've worked with a coach before. Then they need to contact that coach to see them about joining their challenge group, their phone number. I always ask people for their cell phone number and their email address and ask them to proofread it, make sure it's spelled correctly or they've entered it correctly, because I really do think that it is really awesome when you can text someone or call someone or email someone with the information that you have about your group. Okay, so am I doing okay here? Are you keeping up with me? So you also want to in this pre-launch phase start gathering like info. Okay, I always use Google Drive for everything. Some people use Dropbox, some people use Evernote. But if I'm going to start a Facebook event, I'm going to be plugging info into this event a lot, because I'm going to keep it active and I'm going to keep it alive. Okay, because I'm not just going to post once and think people are going to find it. Okay, I'm going to have to keep it going. Because I've read somewhere that it takes anywhere between 5 to 10 exposures for someone to say yes. Okay, and it did me. My coach asked me for 2 months, multiple times. All right, so it takes 5 to 10 exposures of information, of reminding people, I'm still here. Here's what we're doing. This is what it looks like. Here's what you're going to gain. I don't know why I'm snapping like this, but I am. Okay, I'm going to break out in a little ditty here in a second. But you've got to have content that you're constantly plugging in to that, okay, into your Facebook event page. And so so you want to gather content ahead of time, because you want to be prepared. Most of us, anyone here working other than Beachbody, most people have many other responsibilities in your life, and you don't want to be okay, I have to post in a challenge group, so I have to think about that. Now I have to post in this event page, and I have to think about that. Gather your content ahead of time that you're going to be plugging into your group, okay? So things that I'm gathering, and I'm saving them in a Google file folder, okay? And this is great, because then you can share it with your coaches or other people as well. Promotional pictures that showcase the vibe of the brand, of, Core de Force or Beachbody On Demand pictures, okay? The stock images that look great. Okay, this is a place where you can put stock images, because people know they're being invited to something involving products. Before and after pictures and stories, collect them. On my team page, we have a photo album, and it's a transformation stories photo album where our coaches are uploading their own personal transformations and their stories all the time. So you can grab those and save those and share those with your potential challengers, and it's really awesome to do that. So you want to collect these, you want to gather them. Any kind of videos, like I've mentioned, recipes, think about recipes that you might be sharing with your challengers. Think about recipes that you're already sharing on Pinterest boards or on your personal page or your business page. Those are all things you can plug into your event page too, because these are previews of what they're going to get when they say yes to you. I like to make a Pinterest board with recipes for my challenge groups. That could be something you give them a sneak peek or a glimpse of. Take a screenshot of the recipe boards that you're making, that they're gonna have access to when they join you, that kind of thing. Any information you can give them on Shakeology, I think people feel the most skeptical, yeah, but if they're skeptical only because they don't have enough information or the right information. So maybe info about Shakeology, things like that. Okay. Then you're ready. The week before, you've collected all of your info, you're good to go. Now it's time to make the event. Okay. So your event is public. Make sure that you highlight that. It is public. Okay. It has to be public. You want to make a really great cover photo for the event, because that is what is going to be seen. Especially that's going to be seen if you run ads for it. You want to make an event cover photo that's clear, that's simple, that perhaps even shows the hope of what is to come. If it's a free group, maybe it's a gorgeous salad or beautiful meals that are prepared. If it's a challenge group, it is perhaps an after photo of the hope of what is to come. But you want to make a cover photo that's very inviting. It's also very clear. You also want your cover photo to have a little join me right above the place where they're going to be clicking going to your event. And so you want to make sure it's very clear that the name of it is clear, and it says join here or RSVP going now, something like that on your cover photo, because you do want them to be, you need to have calls to action. Okay. So I use Canva to make all of my cover photos. People use PicMonkey, whatever, but I love Canva. It's simple and I figured out how to use it pretty easily. So I use that for all of my cover photos. And I believe there's even a template for event cover. Like there's a template for making a Facebook event. So it's so easy to do it in Canva, and you can use their stock backgrounds and everything too. You don't have to make it up yourself. Like don't let anything like that throw you for a loop. So you're during the launch now. This is the fun part. Okay, this is your event is now up. It's live. What do you do now? Your goal during the event is to get people on board, is to create engagement, and then also to build excitement. Sorry, I had to move that. To build excitement. So your goal during your event, get people on board, get people to say yes, to create engagement within that event so it stays live, and also to build a lot of excitement, okay? So you want this to happen. So this event, you're gonna be doing this for at least 2 weeks, okay? You're gonna be doing this for at least 2 weeks before your challenge group starts. So you wanna get people on board, okay? And this is the easiest part in the whole wide world, okay? I'm gonna first tell you what not to do, okay? Please do not ever do this. Because the next person that invites me to some legging party or mascara party, if they do that, I'm deleting them, I'm saying no, and I'm sorry about you, but this is not effective. It is completely ineffective to go through and invite everyone on your friends list and invite every person you know. Your event might have a total of 100 invites. Okay, let's just throw out a number here. Maybe a total of 100, maybe 200. That's it, okay? Because this needs to be intimate. And this needs to be something that feels special, that you're thinking of someone to invite them to this event. This is not just a free-for-all. This is not, I'm here to help every single person in the universe. This is I'm ready to help the people who are ready. And I thought of you, so I'm inviting you, okay? So that's who we're inviting. You look at your lifestyle impact list, and you're okay, who's ready right now? Okay, I'm gonna invite these people. And so what I'm doing daily is, it's my 5x5 method. So for an event, I'm inviting 5 people. Yeah, your event opens, and I invited 5 people, and I'm done, okay? I'm done. D-O-N-E, I'm done, okay? And that's it. And the next day, I'm gonna invite 5 people, and then I'm gonna follow up with the people who I invited. I invite 5 people on Monday, okay, done. I invite 5 new people on Tuesday, okay? But I follow up with the 5 people from Monday. So every day, I'm inviting 5, following up with 5, inviting 5, following up with 5, and that's where the magic happens. Because what's happening is that I got invited to my neighbor's birthday party, little neighbor boy, okay, having some Pokemon party, and his mom did a Facebook event for it, and I had no idea. She had to send me a text and was Erin, did you get that invite? I'm no, I didn't even see it. Come on, right? Okay, because you're not, I'm not seeing the events that I'm invited to, okay, and so neither are they. But what an amazing reason to start a conversation. Hey girl, I was thinking of you. I'm hosting this health and fitness support group. I know we've chatted about this in the past. I invited you to this group so you could learn more about it. Have you seen that yet? Did you see that event invite? That's all, right? Okay, so I'm inviting them, and I'm typically inviting people that I've already connected with. I already know these are not cold click invites. I am not about that. Don't you dare. Okay? Let's not be the mascara people or the leggings people. I am sorry here if you use pretty cool mascara and you wear awesome leggings, okay? I'm not talking down that. I'm just generalizing the types of events that I've been invited to, okay? So we want to keep it personal, we want to keep it intimate, and we want to make sure that people know they got invited. I was thinking of you. Did you see that event invitation? Most people will say no or yes, okay? And then follow up depending on whatevs you want to say, okay? All right. So just know that. So you're inviting 5, you're sending 5 messages. I love it because it gives me a system to follow. it's easy. Like, it gives me a reason to follow up with somebody because I'm like, I really want to know, like, hey, did you see that? And so I'm sending these messages via Facebook Messenger, via text, or voice messenger on Facebook. I love voice messenger on Facebook because if you haven't noticed this yet, and I know I'm like talking to you on Facebook, so I can't show you, but you know, if you go to Messenger and you record your voice, you click on the microphone and you record your voice as a message, it goes to that person. But then there's a little envelope that has a little arrow on it. You can click that and you can forward the same message to other people. Seriously, it blows my mind every time, okay? And nobody knows that it's like a duplicated message, but I'm just like, hey girl, just to let you know, blah, blah, blah. And you can do that in like 2 seconds, right? Okay, but you can send those voice messages, you can duplicate them and send those. Okay, so during the launch, you're doing the 5x5. Then you are also creating excitement or creating engagement and building excitement in the event. Okay, so you are creating exposures. Okay, creating exposures. You're enhancing value by creating numerous exposures to what you're offering, and you're giving hope, and you're educating, you're inspiring, you're doing all that kinds of stuff. Okay, and so you're doing that by at least posting 2 times a day during your event with great content. Okay, you choose. Okay, what kind of content do these people need to know to help them say yes, to help them see this is for them, that they can get value from it? You know, what are they feeling right now? How can I speak to them right now? So I am posting at least 2 times a day in an event. You can also go live in your event. You can shout out people once they say yes and they're actually joining you for the challenge group. Like, there's so many cool things you can do. You know, you can ask questions, I always love to ask people what they're struggling with right now, like nutritionally, like, or how many people here drink coffee? Did you know you could still drink coffee and get fit? You know, like, some people think they have to give up everything, right? I'm like, hey, Friday night margarita splurge, hey guys, you know, because I'll never forget, like, my bestie, who's now like one of my awesome rock star coaches, she was like, Erin, if you would have told me that I could not have queso in my margarita on Friday night, I never would have said yes to you. So I'm like, I have to remember that I'm speaking to people like that, you know, that like, hey, you can have a glass of wine on Friday night or to celebrate with your love on Valentine's Day, but, you know, we're still keeping it in check, and I'll teach you how to do that. Like, you're speaking the language of your peeps, you know, in your event page. It's not like the mascara party, okay? So sorry to diss on the mascara peeps, okay? All right, so you can post 2 times a day, do live videos, shout out the people who say yes to you. Great content. You can do sneak peeks of the programs that they're gonna see. I think it's better when you're doing it, like if you record yourself doing a program and you share that. I think it's awesome. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing to share before and afters. That is so inspiring and motivating to people. Product details, like info about Shakeology, you know, success stories of the people that you're working with right now, you know, even sharing your family and how that fits into your schedule, you know, when you're working out, like that you look a disheveled mess, that your house is a mess, but you're still getting that workout in. Like, show them how it's going to fit into their life. Like, all the objections that you've ever heard, you get to kind of talk about those in your event page, you know, and the people that are saying going, like, they're watching and they're getting notifications when you're posting. The people who say they're interested, they get notifications when you post. Like, that's the cool thing. You want people to engage, and you want people to click going, you want people to click interested, because they're all going to be getting notifications when you post in that event page. That is huge too. Okay. You know, what else? You know, incentives, prizes. Like, if you want to give people a prize or an incentive, the first 3 people who join are going to get this, you know, you can do that there. But I think that's, you know, there's all kinds of awesome content that you can come up with along the way. I like to just always think, I'm talking to Erica because Erica was my first friend who said yes, that was such a huge skeptic and kept saying no. So I'm like, okay, what does Erica need to hear? What does Erica need to hear? And I'm always trying to speak to her and post to her. So what would she need to hear from me right now? Okay, So then you're building excitement. You also want to think about sending personal invites at the same time. Don't just rely on your Facebook event page to do it all for you. It may take a few times of tweaking, so you still need to send personal invites as well. But it's nice because you can lead them to your event page, because you can just copy and paste that link and share it with people. Hey, do you want to learn more? Here's what I'm doing right now. Here's the event that I'm posting in that gives you a lot of info. Can you take some time to scroll through that today? I'll follow up with you tomorrow and let me know if that's something that seems like what you need right now. You can do that. So you can still you still need to send personal invites outside the event as well, perhaps, and then you can send that event link to people too. So it's pretty cool. You can also send it to current challengers that you want to see if they're ready to continue, or if they want to share any of their success. Like, that's the coolest thing. There's so many options. Like, what if you had a current challenger jump in and say, hey guys, I'm currently working with Erin. It's been awesome. Like, you can kind of get that referral idea going on in your event page, but like, you can do so much. There's so many different things you can do. You're also going to still be posting on your own social media pages outside of your event at least 2 times a week, where you're doing your kind of open invitations to join you in the next challenge group. You still want to think about doing things like that too. Again, the Facebook event is like a supplemental way of getting new people and engaging people and giving them the right information and kind of tweaking and transforming that invitation follow-up process to be a little different. You still want to do your daily activity. You still want to send your invites. You still want to send your follow-ups. You still want to do things like that too. Okay, so after your event, I have no idea where we are on time. Okay, I'm almost done, you guys. Sorry. Okay, so after your challenge group starts, so you've gotten people to say yes, whatever. After your challenge group starts, what do you need to do? You guys, you need to keep posting in there for the week after, and you need to love on and celebrate the people who said yes. So after your event is over, your challenge group starts, but you know what? There's still people watching. And there's still people wondering if they did the right thing or the wrong thing. But what happens when you're like, oh, awesome, I'm so excited about so-and-so. They've shown up 3 days in a row. They just said that they have more energy than they have in a year. Focusing on some little non-scale victories that you're recognizing your new challengers for in that event is huge. So you want to keep it alive for at least the week after and post a few more times in there. And then your job starts as a coach, right? You're leading a fierce challenge group. You're going to love on those people that said yes, and you're going to continue to add value to the lives of other people. Okay, so I think that's all I have for you. So yeah, that's it. So, thinking about your call to action, I'm never into training call or anything like that without a call to action, but you need to look at your calendar and kind of say, okay, is this something I want to try? Is this something I want to do? I recommend not teaming up with someone. Do it on your own, okay? Because I really think that when you run a Facebook event, it's going to be through your personal page or your business page, that if you team up with other people, it gets confusing to people. Like, okay, who invited me? Like, what am I doing here? And I also think that it can, especially if you're running ads and you're targeting people that are outside of your warm market right now, it can be confusing, like who said yes to whom. So I highly recommend that you just do this on your own, fly solo, share, like maybe get with your success partner and be like, share like resources, share ideas, hold each other accountable to posting a couple times a day, that kind of thing. But do this on your own. It's not, you can't break it. Like, there's nothing wrong with trying. You just have to start and just give yourself a shot in trying. But you want to look at your calendar and see what you have coming up for March. Like I have a challenge group starting in March that my Team Cup is working on, like getting people to say yes to. And so would it benefit you right now to run an event for that? It wouldn't be a bad idea, probably. Maybe that's something you can look at getting started, because you have enough time to do that for a March challenge group start date. And it might be something new, something worth trying. Maybe what you're doing right now is, I don't know, you're feeling stale, you're in a rut. Maybe it's something worth giving it a shot. Set a date. Okay, set a date. Your event's going to launch on Monday. So this week I'm going to do my homework. I'm going to get it all ready to go and start your pre-launch steps. That's something I would do. I would join together maybe with somebody else, chat back and forth, find somebody who wants to do it with you, and see what can happen. But I just know this, that it is so true that what was working for me 4.5 years ago does not work now. And what was working for me last month may not be what is working now. So always have to reflect, tweak, change things a little bit, try something new, and just be brave in trying something new, because you never know. I mean, like, trying something new may lead you to, you know, one more person whose life you get to change, you guys. So never be scared in that. And I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to tell you. I don't remember. Okay, well, if I think about it, I will do that. And I will kind of, I am going to, you know, we're going to finish this call here in a sec, and then I will have a little bit of time to be able to go back through and look at your questions or anything like that that you need to know, and I will do my best to be able to answer those for you guys. But Amber and Kelsey, thank you so much for having me today and being able to take a little peek into your family. It was really fun, and I love the engagement, and all of you guys that showed up in the middle of the afternoon on a Monday. Are you kidding me? That's really awesome. Keep showing up, you guys. You are doing a great job. And we have a lot of lives to change this year, and it starts by doing the work every day and getting out of our own way and making some awesome stuff happen. Okay. All right, you guys, I will see you later.